Dynamite drop.
Thirsty Thursday in the NBL means people are thirsty for a little NBL Live. So happy to have you guys along with us. It is NBL Live broadcast 337 on the NBL Network, and we got a great slate of Week 14 action kicking off. We got two great games to kick off the action, then a couple more coming up later. We got the Chargers taking on the Jets, two teams vying for playoff position, and the Chargers looking to seal up possibly a division. And on the other side, we got the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Tennessee Titans. AFC all over the place. And as always, NBL Live is brought to you by Elgato. Big shout out to Elgato for supporting the NBL Network. I can't tell you how nice it is to have an Elgato green screen because it makes my life so much easier now that I don't have a big old green screen that doesn't collapse behind me. So shout out to Elgato. Check them out at elgato.com. Joining me on NBL Live, it is my man, the commissioner of the NBL. It is Bob. Bob, what's going on, brother?
What's going on, man? Just getting excited about NBL Live Broadcast 337 because you hit the nail on the head there. The New York Jets, the Los Angeles Chargers, two teams vying not just for playoff positioning, they're vying for their playoff lives right now. It's on the line. The New York Jets sitting at 7-5. Another loss tonight would significantly drop them out of that sixth spot as you got the Steelers at 8-4, the Titans at 8-4. This is a must-win game for the Jets, while on the flip side, the Los Angeles Chargers are sitting at 8-4 on the season, and they got a 2-game lead ahead of the Kansas City Chiefs right now in Week 14. If they can win this game, I think they do take the division. So this is a big game for both teams, and I'm going to say it now. The loser of this game, I'm going to say it, they won't be in the playoffs. That's my prediction right now, and I'm sticking to it.
Well, let's get right to it. Let's take a look at our players to watch for today's NBL Live broadcast. Big shout out one more time to our man JB with the new graphics. Let's start off with that matchup between the Chargers and the Jets. And Gilbert Ward at halfback for the Los Angeles Chargers has been absolutely fantastic. Almost 1,000 yards already. He just needs 2 today. It's pretty easy. 13 touchdowns, 5.5 per carry and has not put the pigskin on the ground. And Bomber, for the Chargers, it was a question of who will take over for Melvin Gordon. When he left, he's now in Detroit. And Gilbert Ward has really filled in admirably and is a big reason why this Chargers team is on top of the AFC West.
Yeah, absolutely. The Chargers have played, strong defensive football, which we're accustomed to seeing out of LA, led by one of the best safeties in the game, Derwin Jones, one of the best front defensive linemen, pass rushers with Joey Bosa. Even Sean Bryant has been pretty spectacular this season. You're talking about a defense that's only given up 16 points per game, fourth in the league, first against the rush, seventh against the pass. Now, the offense, what's been the surprising kind of, the light that's shining in an area we usually don't see it. We're going, wait, is that on the offensive side of the ball? Yeah, Gilbert Ward, you brought it up earlier. This is a rushing attack that's 6th in the NBL. They're getting 102 yards per game on the ground. If they continue to ground and pound the night with that defense, they should keep it really close against this New York Jets at home and maybe just etch out a win. And like I said, loser of this game doesn't make the playoffs in my book. And if the Chargers win, I think they do take that division in what would be a complete shocker here in NBL season 46.
We all thought the Chiefs would just be on top of that division the entire time. On the flip side, for the New York Jets, how about what Minkah Fitzpatrick has been able to do at safety? We all know about Jamal Adams, but Fitzpatrick's been playing very well on the backside of that defense. 8 deflections, 9 interceptions, 38 tackles, and we've seen him force a fumble or two along the way. Bomber, safe to say, did the New York Jets have the best safety duo in Fitzpatrick and Jamal Adams in the NBL?
I like Jamal Adams. Minkah Fitzpatrick, I think he's a little overrated at the free safety position, but I think when you pair them together, yeah, I think they're the top 1-2 combo in the NBL as far as free safety and strong safety. And I think it's primarily because of the 99 overall strong safety, Jamal Adams, the DIA safety in the backfield. He does it all for this New York Jets team. And Minkah, 92 overall free safety. He's only making $4 million this year. So if you say pound for pound what he's bringing to the field and his cost, yeah, I think he's a good player for this team, but I think Fitzpatrick is a little bit overrated as far as a free safety in the NBL. But when you pair anybody next to Jamal Adams, they're going to be able to show out because they're going to have a lot less responsibilities and they're going to be able to make plays off of the success of Jamal Adams.
By the way, big shout out to Dev Nation Live with the 2 months of Twitch Prime and Eric with the 23 months at Tier 1. Appreciate the love, my friends. Just to give you guys a heads up of where we are in Week 14 action, the LA Chargers currently in the 4 seed. They are at the top of the AFC West at 8-4. The Chiefs hot on their heels. They're at 7-6. So big game here. A loss in this division becomes all the more a question. The Jets right now on the outside looking in, they're at 7-5. Ahead of them right now, the Steelers and Titans both at 8-4, who are in action today, and the Jacksonville Jaguars also at 8-5. So a clogged AFC playoff race. Our other game is going to be a fun one, featuring those Tennessee Titans we just mentioned, and Adoree Jackson. A big reason why this Titans defense has been much improved. Bomber. This is a defense that struggled at times in years past to get some stops, but Adoree Jackson has been the cornerstone. 8 interceptions on the year, 2 forced fumbles, 5 deflections, and he's going to have his hands full. I mean, a tough game today against the Cincinnati Bengals, who are going to air it out. They are not going to run the ball at all. What does Adoree Jackson have to do defensively to make sure the Titans get a win?
I think he's going to be in a good spot when you talk about Mick Jones, the guy who took over for Will Grier. And it was always have no fear. Will Grier is here for Cincinnati, and he kind of made his name known in Cincy. He seemed like he was becoming a household name around the NBL, but then all of a sudden they go out and they select with the 8th overall pick in the NBL season 45 rookie draft, Mick Jones. And Mick Jones had an opportunity last year to start as a rookie, completely took the place of Will Grier, and now he's starting once again in his sophomore season. He's maybe a little bit of a sophomore slump so far, 107 QBR, 27 touchdowns, 24 picks. But here's what Mick Jones likes to do. He's a strong arm, 96 throw power quarterback. He's going to be looking at those seams. He's going to be looking at tight windows, and he's going to trust his arm to drive it in there. And that's where Adoree Jackson can bait you into bad throws. And I expect Adoree to come away with at least 1 interception tonight, game-changing interception, but don't be surprised if he gets 2 on the board because he has that universal coverage and he's able to make plays in man and zone. And Mick Jones is going to give him an opportunity tonight.
On the flip side, for the Cincinnati Bengals, Garrison Dale is establishing himself as possibly a number 1 wide receiver in the NBL. 55 receptions, 921 yards, 7 touchdowns, averaging 20.5 per catch. But Bomber, it has been a disappointing season for the upstart Bengals, who were a major surprise these last couple seasons, but they're sitting at 5-7. They're not going to the playoffs this year, barring some magic in the air in the AFC. What is wrong with the Bengals? What has happened to this team that most people were wondering, would they be the kings of the AFC North possibly for a couple seasons after their division win 2 seasons ago?
Yeah, Cincinnati Bengals. When you talk about this team, it is a team led by pass rush defense. You remember the days of Carl Lawson, and they brought in DeMarcus Lawrence. Now, just with D. Law as the pass rusher, you've seen a significant drop defensively for this team. But yeah, a 5-7 at week 14, sitting 5-7, 2 games under 500 is a surprise to us all because we thought this was a prototypical 9-7, 10-6, even potentially an 11-5 team. They were trending upwards, and they do what the Bengals usually do: find a way to completely fall apart right in front of our eyes. And maybe you could kind of testify to the young quarterback taking over, and maybe that's shaved off a few wins that they normally would have. But I mean, Cincinnati has just found a way to return to mediocrity, and that's what you're seeing today in the NBL, and that's probably what we'll see tonight here on NBL Live Broadcast 337.
Give you a heads up of where his season has gone. Last season, Mick Jones, rookie year, 42 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, 64% completion percentage, and a quarterback rating of 123.4. For Mick Jones, 68% completion percentage has gone up by 4, 27 touchdowns, 24 interceptions, a quarterback rating of 107.8. That's a big step back for a guy who is trying to establish himself as a star. All right, let's get some predictions. Throw them in the chat. I'll read those throughout the first quarter. Bomber, let's start off with that game between the New York Jets and the Chargers. The game that you said loser is out of the playoffs. All right, who's keeping their playoff hopes alive?
I'm going to go New York Jets 30-35. Los Angeles Chargers 10.
Wow.
I'm going to go in a blowout. And I do think the Chargers can hang tight. That's just my opinion right now. Just my opinion. Just me. But I do think the Chargers could hang around if the Jets get sloppy with the ball. But I just think this offense, and coming off a big disappointing loss, 41-38 versus the New England Patriots back in week 13, which we just saw on building the franchise yesterday. I think they're going to be focused, rocking, and ready to go. Sam Darnold's going to pick up where he should have, where he left off the week before. That meaning he got real hot at the end of the game. If you watch BTF, I think he keeps that momentum into this game, and I think they come away with a pretty convincing, sound victory. I got 35-10 Jets on the road. Kind of shocked the Chargers just a little bit.
Flip side, Bengals taking on the Titans. Titans trying to keep their division hopes are squashed, but their hopes to make the playoffs still after a hot 7-1 start. They've fallen off a bunch. Will they right the ship this week against the Bengals?
This is going to be close. I'm going with the Cincinnati Bengals. The Titans have not looked good. You're talking about a team that has now dropped games after starting the season off, what was it, 7-1, Nick, 8-1. They've now lost 3 of their last 4 games. They've lost to the Jacksonville Jaguars, Indianapolis Colts, and Houston Texans. I expect another loss tonight, and I expect Cincinnati to kind of look like that team we saw last season where they're kind of approaching double-digit wins. Maybe give us a little throwback game here on NBL Live.
Should be a lot of fun. Only one way to find out how this is all going to shake out is to get to the broadcast. Thank you so much for tuning into the NBL Live pregame show, but it's time for NBL Live Broadcast 337. The playoff hunt continues. On one side, it's the Jets and the Chargers. On the other side, it's the Titans and the Bengals. Should be a fun night. We're so happy you're along with us right here on NBL Live.
I just want to say, hey, man, this is T.O., the cover athlete of the Madden 19 Hall of Fame edition, and you're watching the gold standard of the franchise mode, the NBL Network. Holla.
Oh, who doesn't love a little NBL Live Super Show? 2 games live at once. We've been doing it for a while. We've been doing it right. And we got playoff action here on NBL Live Broadcast 337. Brought to you by Elgato. Check out elgato.com if you're looking to up your streaming game. Left side of your screen is the Jets and the Chargers. Right side of your screen is the Bengals and the Titans. Nick Mazesko along with the commissioner of the NBL. It is Bomber. These are just big games. It's week 14, so at the end of the day, all games are big. But once you get down to the season, the pressure really ramps up, especially for a couple teams here, namely the LA Chargers, who haven't been in this position to maybe clinch a division title in the next couple of weeks. And they got to do it under the bright lights of the big win today against the Jets.
Well, I hate to say that they've never been in that position before, because I think they were exactly in this position last season. NBL season 45, they had an opportunity around week 12, week 13. You remember the Chiefs got into the playoffs, I believe, at 8-8. So there has been opportunities. Now you just hope that they've learned from their mistakes as slicing and dicing Marcus Mariota. Nick, tell us a little bit about Marcus Mariota and how he came to the Los Angeles Chargers as a free agent, replaced Jimmy Garoppolo. This team seems to circle the wagons with veteran quarterbacks. What do you think could be different about Mariota leading the Chargers as opposed to Jimmy G?
I mean, it's a more talented quarterback with a better track record in high-pressure games. How about the juke move from Ward? And there goes Ward.
Baby.
Doesn't matter who's at quarterback when you got a running back like Ward inside the 25 to the 22-yard line, and he is down after the tackle from behind. Bad news for the Chargers.
He said when you have, my man Nick said, when you have a running back like Ward, and then Minkah Fitzpatrick makes us realize when you had a running back like Ward, he's out now. Hey, that's one of the things Minkah can do. Did you see the chase down? That kind of pursuit, that kind of speed at that free safety position, those are the things he can do positively on the defensive side of the ball. He kind of saved the touchdown there for the Gang Green.
And that's Henderson with the carry, trying to find some room. He'll get down to the 16-yard line. And the Chargers, by the way, they did trade away their main backup last season. As there's a fumble on the right side. It's picked up nicely by Pat Elflein. Their backup was LaMarcus Leary. Traded him to Dallas because they felt they had a 3 running back room and were more comfortable going forward with the 2 that they have. And now Henderson getting an opportunity to show a little bit with those beautiful powder blues. As we get a little buffer with the right side, right at the sticks. Big hit by the Jets. They're not fooled by that.
Yeah, another buffer there. You look at Hankerson in the backfield, Gilbert Ward. What did it say on his return? I missed it. It was just on the screen.
Mine was buffering.
Yeah, mine's buffering again, so you got something to look forward to.
Cool, great.
Let me see if I can get Gibbs to put his stream up.
Watch a slap, watch a slap.
They're down in 4-eye formation, 2 wide receivers. They're able to hand this to Hankerson. Trying to find some room, but he will not. Very conservative play call on 3rd down. They're going to take their 3 points and be happy with that. The field goal unit will come out. Right side of your screen, by the way, we have a punt and sack fest so far. Cincinnati 3 and out. Now Tennessee 3 and out. Big return right side up past the 30-35. Going down to the 36-yard line. This is a little baby 32-yard attempt. It's up. It's good. Chargers take the early lead 3-0. Go to that Cincinnati and Tennessee game from Tennessee. On 1st and 10, Mick Jones play action pass. Waiting, looking. He'll find left side. Easy little pass, little crossing route against that cover 3. That's Andy Isabella. He's saying, don't forget about me. Listen, Garrison Dale's having himself a great season, Bomber, but Andy Isabella is still a stalwart on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, when you talk about speed and athleticism at the wide receiver position, look no further than number 80 on the Cincinnati Bengals. He makes plays for days, and he is, I don't like to say these guys that can get deep down the field are safety blankets for their young quarterbacks, but Mick Jones really looks at Andy Isabella in that way, because when he goes on motion drags or even these shallow crosses or these crossers, he is just open nearly every single time because he has that type of speed, he has that type of awareness, and he knows how to find a soft spot in zone coverage, and he certainly knows how to beat man coverage using his speed.
2nd and 5, Mick Jones has all the time in the world, but at some point, Bomber, Mick Jones got to pull the trigger and get out of there, as eventually that lackadaisical Tennessee pass rush gets to the 2nd-year quarterback.
Absolutely. You got to have some kind of an internal clock going off, especially when you're in a second, and manageable right there. Now he's pushed him back to the 41-yard line. They're on the cusp of field goal range. Let's see if they can solidify that field goal here on this 3rd down.
Just were able to get that stream up. We got to go to the double boxes. 4th down, it's going to be a field goal attempt for the Bengals, and the trucker net holds up 3-0 the score. But Michael Thomas, what a catch and run all the way down to the 5-yard line for the New York Jets, and they've got themselves in great field position. 1st down and goal. It's Harmon Bentley with the carry. Outside, spinning back inside, spinning and winning to the house. Harmon Bentley showing off the moves.
Oh, baby, the 2-8 is great in New York. The Jets are on the board. Can you say it with me, Nick? Jets. You're supposed to say that part. Supposed to say that, yeah. I picked 35 to 10, so I'm going to need to see a lot more of that. I thought the Chargers looked good on that first drive, but, Gilbert getting tackled from behind on that nice pursuit from Minkah Fitzpatrick on that big run. I think that is going to be looked at as kind of, you left 7 points. You left 4 points on the board there as they had to settle for 3, and those are the kind of differences you have in a game versus Bananas. You have to be able to capitalize on scoring drives, meaning you have to get into the end zone and get 6.
All right, Bob, let's talk about Tennessee. New quarterback, Sanford. How much do you believe in him?
Not much.
Okay. Well,
Not a huge fan of Sanford here at number 2. I think this kid, 26 years old, is kind of bounced around. He was a former second-round pick. Didn't really work out. A little slow-footed, not the most accurate. As you see right there, he drives it into 4 guys. You see those passes, and I'm okay with that. As a defender, if I'm the Bengals, I'm going to go, that's fine. Keep doing that. Keep throwing into that. Keep putting your hand into that cookie jar, because eventually you're going to take your hand out and realize you're missing the thumb, right? So that seems to be the MO of Sanford. Just real tunnel vision-esque kind of quarterback that likes to drive the ball into tight windows but doesn't necessarily have the arm. Mick Jones with 96 throw power, as Sanford sitting there with 90 below. So Tennessee does have a carousel of quarterbacks. Nick, go ahead and look at the depth chart for the nice pass there on the left side. He just shuts me up right on cue.
Inside the 10, inside the 5, touchdown Titans. Little fade route. We got to pick the other way. That's Troy Apke with the interception. Inside the 10, inside the 5, twice as nice as we got touchdowns. Either way, one offense, one defense. What a start to NBL Live 337. Gotta love the double box because you get twice the action, and right there, twice the big play. Tennessee takes a 7-3 lead, and New York extends their lead 14-3, and Bombers' big blowout prediction, it's looking pretty good early.
Yeah, I have it going 35 to 10. I think the Chargers kind of a little antsy on that last throw, try to playmaker, but you got to understand the speed, athleticism. They're fast and furious on the defensive side of the ball, and you can't sleep on the New York Jets secondary. You got Abe Key, you got Minkah Fitzpatrick, you got Jamal Adams. There's just a plethora of players you got to look at in that secondary. And right there, Marcus Mariota kind of takes his eye off the ball and doesn't see the defender sitting underneath and throws a pick 6.
And Mariota back under center, that single back wing tight formation. He'll hand it up the middle to Ward, who's back in the game, and he's shown why he should stay inside the 50 to the 48-yard line. Right now, this New York Jets front 7 is getting dominated by the offensive line of the Chargers in the run game.
Yeah, a little big nickel, strong safety blitz, but that was just a bad time to call it. They run the little trap, and when you get the left guard that kind of moves over and kind of hits that defender trying to shoot that gap, it's really one man to the house, one layer of defense, one level of defense, and Gilbert Ward doing his best Harmon Bentley impression.
Woo! I don't know how that got caught by Miles, but there he goes. Marcus Mariota making the scariota throw, and he finds himself a touchdown. Yeah, it's better to be lucky than good sometimes.
Yeah, he put just a little bit of air underneath that ball, and it was just enough. But like I said, if I'm the New York Jets right now, I'm going to look at that touchdown and go, okay, if you think that's going to get into the end zone more than once, you got another thing coming for you right there. He just had a lot of bunch in the middle of the field. He had double posts, it looked like, and then another drag coming across against the cover one robber. So they were in great position against that post, but Mariota just put a little bit too much underneath it, just enough right outside the tips of the fingers of the defense, able to get into the end zone, but really scary throw there for Mariota.
Now Cincinnati, they got first and goal at the 3-yard line after a deep pass to the tight end Samper. And here's where Cincinnati, this is where they struggle. They don't have a run game. And so because of that, I believe that when we look, they're at 65% scoring inside the red zone. And that's total. It's deep pass for the New York Jets, and there they go. This Chargers defense can't keep up with the speed of the Jets to the end zone. Touchdown one more time. Mick Jones on second and goal, back of the end zone. He can't hang on. Garrison Dale, a rare drop, but just like this, how about the New York Jets with the response to the fortunate touchdown from the Chargers? They go back up 11.
Yeah, we had the New York Jets on BTF last night. Saw a lot of that similar style offense. That's just the crossing route across the field. You're going to see a lot of crossing routes early in downs from the New York Jets. They like to get those big strikes down the field, and right there, just a crossing route touchdown. Easy peasy for the guys in green.
Third and goal. Oh, how about a rushing attack? That's Freeman into the end zone, and the Cincinnati Bengals They take the lead right back from the Tennessee Titans. They go up 9-7. They're able to get a red zone score, Bomber. Something Cincinnati fans are going, well, maybe if we did that a little more, we wouldn't be sitting here at 5-7.
Yeah, 5-7. Even if they went out to 9-7, that's not going to get them that 6th wild card spot. They're playing for pride here, but guess what? The Cincinnati Bengals have a lot of pride as Mariota goes down. Jonathan Allen, he was brought over here from the Washington Redskins in a big-time multiplayer trade a few seasons ago, and I think he's really paid out. A lot of people wondered how he was going to be as a pass rusher. Obviously great against the run, but he's done a pretty good job on the edge. You see right there, just getting outside leverage on 62 and finding his way to number 8 and putting him on his back.
First down and 10, right side of your screen. Sanford, he'll hand this off. Left side, that's Patton with the carry. And one name that you're not going to see today, Bomber, is Jimmy Harold, and that's a big loss for the Titans. This was a guy they were big on. He's sort of had some struggles staying healthy, but, man, when he's on the field, he's electric.
Yeah, Jimmy Harold is the man. You're talking about a guy that averaged 8 to 9 yards per carry throughout the first 7-8 weeks of his season. For him to be out, they lose a lot, and it's going to fall on the shoulders of Sanford, the 26-year-old they brought in this offseason with about 3 or 4 extra quarterbacks as well. He's looking at B, doesn't get what he likes, going to playmaker here to A. He's got him. Oh, nice job there. Gets outside, playmakers him back to the middle of the field. Sanford, he's not the fastest of fleet, but he's using his legs, and he's getting out of the pocket early. His internal clock is going off. I'll tell you what, Mick Jones, sophomore season here in the NBL, 8th overall pick, NBL season 45 draft for the Cincinnati Bengals. He's probably on the sideline taking notes. He needs to work on his internal clock.
This looks like a cover 0 hero coming from the New York Jets. No high safety look, play action pass. Actually might have just been is that just a straight up cover 1? I don't know. Nope, it was cover 0. So that out of that 46, that inside blitz picked up nicely by the Chargers offensive line. Impressed so far by what the Chargers offensive line has been able to do against an aggressive New York Jets defense. Right side of your screen, 2nd and 11 for Sanford and the Tennessee Titans. So he drops back to pass, pressure coming left side, but it doesn't get there at all, but neither does the catches. It's a lazy little throw to Bell underneath. Jeremy Ward takes a big hit. Welcome to the Jets defense.
Desmond King, when he's laying the lumber on you, it's going to be a long night offensively for your unit here. But you look at the Los Angeles Chargers on that last throw, the play action deep outs. That was a 2 read there. He was looking post. It wasn't there. Nice coverage on the slot receiver, and then he went to his tight end. So I like the 2 read there, little high-low read from Marcus Mariota. That's a good sign to see him not just becoming Marcus Stereota, where he stares into one receiver, as my man Nick Mazesco said earlier in this game.
2nd and 11. Mariota dropping back to pass left side of screen. It's a little corner route. Nice throw. Listen, you gave me the credit. I'll give you the credit. Bomber loves to say when in doubt, corner route. And right there was a nice read from Mariota. It was pretty easy pitch and catch to get inside the red zone.
Yeah, just a nice throw right there. 85 keeps the drive alive. He's done it. Watch this double-A gap here. They're going to bail out, or is it going to be a cover 0 hero? If so, this could be a big run.
Hey, don't bail out. It's Ward with the carry. Takes another big hit. Man, oh man, how many hit sticks are you going to see? Right side, by the way, Tennessee picked up a 4th and 1 on the ground, and Bell's going to carry it outside, and he's going to pick up 10 yards, trying to make the Tennessee Titans faithful forget about one James Harold, because they got a couple pretty capable backs.
Yeah, Bell's playing pretty nicely for them. Le'Veon Bell came on as a late signing here in the preseason for the Tennessee Titans. Knew he'd probably get some work. Jimmy Harold has a history of being injured, but it didn't look like it early on.
Okay, and then how about Marcus Mariota doing something he's really good at, throwing red zone interceptions. That's Jamal Adams. He's known for his big hits, but right now he's trying to show off his wheels.
Yeah, Mariota!
There's the
nice job, Mariota. That is exactly what I would have done if I was Mariota. I was like, he needs to get in front of that defender, turn his back to him, and stop. And just let that guy shove him in the back. And that's exactly what Mariota did. That's a huge play right there for Marcus Mariota. Yeah, does he throw a terrible pass? Absolutely, but he gets back, chases it down, and he James Hardens himself into the play. And you see quarterbacks in real life do this quite often, and it's just a little gimmick where they get in front of you. They know they're not going to catch the ball carrier, and they just kind of bait that guy who's just so antsy to try to get a block on somebody, right? And he just shoves him in the back right there unnecessarily. And that's a great job there by Marcus Mariota.
Sanford, just not
probably the best plays made all season.
Yeah, for sure. 3rd and 12. Not a great play on their last one. Had a drag with a dig behind it. The dig wide open. Could have picked up the first down. He throws it to the drag, trying to make a diving catch. But on 3rd and 12, he finds a corner route. Now, Bomber, let me ask you, this Tennessee Titans team, what has happened? Where am I wrong? Is Calvin Vaughn the disappearing man? I have not heard about anything that Vaughn has done. They're going to call him just short of the line again. Tennessee might go for this.
Well, he had a touchdown early in this game, but yeah, for the most part, Calvin Vaughn only 731 yards on the season, and Le'Veon Bell's going to pick that up there on
Love
4th
the
and inches.
aggressive ball.
Yeah, and that's a couple, and they got to. Their backs on the wall here. They're 8-4. The Jets have 5 losses. You're looking for that 6th wild card spot. If the Jets win tonight, you lose tonight, you're in big trouble if you're Tennessee. So Tennessee's playoff hopes are on the line as well.
All right, there's clearly a zone coverage. I might look for that corner out to Calvin Vaughn. Good bracket. Got the dig right along the line. The dig's still there along the line. The dig was still there along the line. I don't know who Sanford was looking for, but he did not come off his first read, and because of that, he just threw this one away.
He gets outside of the pocket, maybe a little bit of happy feet. Earlier, we tried to tag it as good instinctual pocket presence for Sanford, but maybe he's just a little antsy in the pocket, slightly paranoid a bit because the pressure has came early and often this season, especially as of late. This team started 7-1, kind of a light schedule, was dominating everyone, and now they're really struggling. Come on, Brad. Come on, Brad.
Slant route too easy. I got to give him a couple shout-outs in the chat. Spongy with 2 gift subs to the Lordums and to Shane24 fan. Make sure you thank Spongy. He's got 29 gift subs in the chat. Of course, my man, the
Spongy.
Hump, Jamie, with 27 months of subscribing on the NBL Network. First and goal for the Tennessee Titans, down 10-7. 16 seconds left. They have 1 timeout remaining. One man in motion. A little drag route across the middle of the field. Sanford sees no one open. He'll have to throw this one away. And here's what I will say about Sanford. So far in this game, Bomber, he has had a great recognition of when he just needs to chuck the ball away and give up on the play.
Yeah, he's not getting those sacks that would essentially make them have to burn this last time out. At the 6-yard line, they could still run this ball. If I get a look that I like, Nick, and I'm like, let's play conservative. We know we're going to go into the half at least 10-10. I'd run this ball. Not against this set, though. Look how many people in the box. You got 8 sitting there inside the box. Well, 7.5, let's say, if you're not counting the safety.
Something.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got one-on-one out there. Doesn't look that way. I don't know what routes he had there, but
I don't know where he's going. Did his controller break?
Yeah,
why was he floating like that? He was
I
not
don't
only.
know what routes they were. Was that 4 seam routes, and they all went to the back of the end zone and stood there?
Yeah, just a highly questionable situation there.
Toss play for the Chargers. They've got a nice drive going down 24-10. Man, Bob, you do wonder, where would this Chargers team be if they didn't throw so many darn interceptions?
Yeah, they just took 3 when they were in field goal range, right? If they didn't leave points on the board because they tried to drive the ball in their passing, this game could be 24-16 right now.
As that field goal to end the half is up, it is good. We'll go to halftime, 10-10, Cincinnati and Tennessee. 2:25 to go in this game, 24-10.
Oh, here comes Adams.
Underneath, it's Williams with
Oh.
the juke move, and he'll find his way to the 15. Now I'll call him the 16-yard line, but how about the little shimmy shake on the right side to pick up a first down?
Yeah, Mike Williams does a good job kind of eluding Desmond King, only to find himself next to the man Jamal Adams, but instead he finds his way around 33 as well, and he's kind of saves his team here. We're going to go to the 2-minute warning. They're down 14, 24-10.
Eddie Mars, who's Chargers user again? It's Gibbs.
We got this.
24-10, and here we go. First down and 10 for Marcus Mariota and the LA Chargers. 3 wide receivers set, 1 tight end on the left side of that formation. Gilbert Ward in the backfield. He will give it to Gilbert Ward, who will run into his own guy and get that might have been the best tackle we've seen so far. That offensive lineman was a brick wall. Ooh, almost picked off for Cincinnati. DeMarcus Lawrence getting in the backfield, and Sanford sailed the drag route, and it could have been going the other way.
Dangerous. Almost picked off there as Sanford 10-10. They're going to start this second half with a risky throw like that, and an opportunity to take the lead here for the first time.
Hunter Henry with the catch, and Hunter Henry gets introduced to the Jets defense. Bomber, this defense hits hard. It doesn't matter who it is. Everyone is looking for the hit stick.
Yeah, you got Minkah Fitzpatrick, Troy Apke, Desmond King, and Jamal Adams all have laid significant hit sticks on these offensive skill players for the Los Angeles Chargers.
Bench concept on 3rd and 7. He'll look left side. It's caught by Keenan Allen, and he will find his way to the end zone. How about Mariota making the right read, and the LA Chargers have cut this back to a 1-score game.
Yeah, nice out route right there. That's the perfect route combination, or his perfect route, to beat the man double bust.
Davenport with the sack for the Bengals. Man, that's one. 3rd down. I know you're looking at the post route. You're waiting for it to cross all the way across the field, but at some point, Bomber, I would have liked to see Sanford pull that ball down because there was nobody in the middle of the field to stop him from picking up a first down.
Yeah, that's a UTSA Roadrunner there. Marcus Davenport, defensive end, able to make a play on the quarterback. I'm really intrigued of this Jets. Let's see what they do with the minute left. We're going to get another crossing route deep down the field, get another point on the board, and just really deflate the Los Angeles Chargers, or are they going to play conservative?
Let's play that 2-minute Oh, sorry, wrong show.
It would be nice right now, though. Dun-dun.
We'll just have you sing it the whole time. What's great is, Bomber, we get to play our favorite game in after these shows, after these games finish up. Called us Project Fat Know How to Use Technology because he's streaming once again.
Oh, is he?
Yes, sir.
Elbow
Which is
move
the opposite of does he know how to use technology? That's a no, sir.
Nice job, Sam. Sam, I am. New York Jets. I think Sam Darnold might be the most underappreciated, as you see Marcus Davenport trying to chase there. I think he might be, actually, that might not be Davenport. He might be the most underrated quarterback in the NBL this cycle. I just don't think people really talk about Sam Darnold enough when they mention this New York Jets team. And he was almost traded. Trivia question of the night. Who was Sam Darnold almost traded to? Everything went through. They just didn't properly fill out the paperwork, essentially. Let's see who knows it in the chat. First one to guess, it's nothing.
It's nothing.
What team? I said, William, Bill. That's that 96 throw power right there, Mick Jones. Oh, man, that's a throw I can't make. I'll tell you that, man. You cannot squeeze that ball in like there unless you're 95-plus throw power and you're driving the ball against that one high safety, able to catch it and get down for Cincinnati, keeps their drive alive.
Yep, Z-Stars got it. It was the Detroit Lions. They had a deal in place. Sammy sent to Detroit, but that fax machine broke. Shout out to Spongy with his 30th gift sub to Eric G. Oh, man. 1st and 10, right side of your screen. Mick Jones. 4-man rush from the Titans, so he's got all sorts of time. But look at all those players sitting back in the end zone. They come back to the ball finally. That's the tight end, Samper, with the catch at the 11-yard line.
The old Samper Stamper right there. Comes back, he pushes you deep into the end zone and just kind of walks his way back to the ball. Nice crossing route there to Michael Thomas. Drops it in a bucket.
There were a lot of blue jerseys back there that had an opportunity to stop that. And Sam Darnold didn't care.
You just got to click on there. You got to click on to make a play on the ball. You had a lot of guys in, probably like, a couple yards off. I mean, you click on, you come down, swat. You might be able to make a play there.
Back of the end zone, picked off. Mick Jones,
And
I
who
don't
else?
care what your throw power is. Adoree Jackson says that's absolutely adorable. Going the other way for Tennessee.
Yeah, Dory Jackson back in the end zone, 25, keeping the defensive hopes alive here. Gets his feet down nicely there, wearing the Jordan 11 retros. Looking fresh. I said he would get an interception, maybe two, and that's the first one on the day. Book it.
1st and 10 for Sam Darnold.
Oh, wow.
14-yard line looking right.
He missed the
side.
touchdown.
That's Lee with the catch, the 2-yard line. Did he miss
Middle
one?
of the field. Middle of the field. Wide open. I think it was a little post route or one of those quick speed ins. Broke wide open. Would have been a touchdown here. A little short. So they hold him to 3 here. 20 seconds left. Let's see if it comes back to bite him.
First down and goal for the Jets at the 2-yard line. 23 seconds left. They have no timeouts. Darnold's going to drop back to pass. Screamer off the edge trying to get there. He finds Lee. Good position. And a touchdown for the New York Jets. Bomber. This defense for the LA Chargers, it's got more holes than a pasta strainer.
Lee TD for the New York Jets. 31-17. I said 35-10, but it's on pace to be 62. Quick math here to 34. Do you think the Los Angeles Chargers got a chance in this game to make a comeback? I mean, their defense is going to significantly have to come up with some type of stops here. As you see, just the ability to go down the field. These crossers, you got 5 catches for about 150, 160 yards for the New York Jets. That just shows way too much drop coverage zone there for the Los Angeles Chargers. Easy for me to say.
Well, how is this not the quintessential Tennessee Titans, Bomber? They make a nice interception in the back of the end zone, promptly go 3 and out, punt the ball away, get a face mask on the punt return, and now Cincinnati has the ball on the 30-yard line.
And Dory Jackson's going to have to bail him out again. I said he'd likely get 2 interceptions. He's already got 1. I'd like to see him get another, but I don't know if Cincinnati's going to be so aggressive here, right? Trying to drive the ball down the field as they've already made that mistake inside the red zone already. You never want to throw picks where the defense is in your end zone. that is just not quintessential to winning here. So maybe they learn from their mistakes. As you see, they're keeping it on the ground with Freeman here on this drive.
This is very non-Cincinnati Bengals. This is not what we have seen. As by the way, bad news for the Chargers. The Jets get the ball to start the second half. The Bengals do not run the ball a lot. One of the lowest rushing totals in the league. But right now they seem to have some sort of matchup they like. It's 3 straight carries for Freeman, 2nd and 6 for Mick Jones and the Cincinnati Bengals. 2 tight ends on the right side of the formation, 2 wide receivers for the second-year quarterback looking to lead his team back to the promised land. He'll hand it to Freeman one more time, and he will pick up the first down, Bomber. Dare I say, the Bengals, as you put your 4s up in the chat, the Bengals have found some sort of running game as the Titans look like they're guessing pass each and every time.
Yeah, it's one of those situations that if I'm the Tennessee Titans, I have a feeling they're not going to pass the ball as aggressively as they just did. They're just coming off a turnover. I would have not been guessing pass on this drive. I would have just let it play out, and maybe if you can get a tackle for loss on one of these runs, it'll take them out of there. Oh, baby. Houdini throw right there to Garrison Dale.
There are 3 blue jerseys there. Nobody wanted to put their hand up? Not one? It was cover 1 hole. What is that linebacker doing? Wait, what is he looking for? His mom in the stands? What you doing, bud? Garrison Dale then bounced off him like a bumper car.
Do you know what that linebacker's doing? He's doing the Tennessee Titan dance. This is what they always do. Get in good position to do something, and then they'd stop. So they start off strong. They're in that great position that you're like, oh, baby, something good might happen, and then nothing, right? Isn't that the Tennessee Titan dance? We see it every year.
You can see the Titans. You can see Eric G is frustrated. The wheels have come off. He's on tilt. Because he took that kick out of the end zone 8 yards deep. As there goes Harmon Bentley down to the 26-yard line. 5 carries, 32 yards for Bentley. 1st and 10 for the Tennessee Titans. What do they got? Waiting, looking. He'll throw it right side as the drag route that came all the way across the field. He's got a lot of room. He'll get inside the 45-yard line. 1st and 10 for the New York Jets, up by 2 scores. Why not give it to Harmon Bentley? Oh, he's just going to find his way. That looked like a winding mountain road as he sort of just swerved right, left, and picked up 11.
Watch Sutton here. Nope, his man cover's going to the halfback. Nope.
The tight corner route, that's money.
That was a cover 2 man, but nobody picked up the halfback. 1, 2, 3. Looks like that might have been the cover 2 man where the middle linebacker was. No, the middle linebacker was on the spy or something.
Right up the seam. And Sam Darnold is put your floaties on in LA. It's a flood right now for the New York Jets. Another touchdown for Sam Darnold. The offensive prowess on full showcase here on NBL Live, broadcast 337. Bomber. The Chargers couldn't stop a nosebleed.
Yeah, Z says in the chat, Bananas has one of the best run sticks in the league. Man, I think sticks altogether. Look at his hit sticks he's laid with some of the guys that don't even have these big hitter traits, right? Apke, Desmond King, Minkah Fitzpatrick. Now you add the run. I think one of the best sticks in the league as far as hit sticking and then the ability to, after the catch or after the handoff, running the ball. I think top 2, not 2 for Bananas.
Does Eric G have one of the best run sticks? Is he right there spent 4 seconds in his own lineman's backside? Wait, there he is. Hold on. Wait, hold on.
I don't know what Eric G's got.
2nd down and 6 for the Titans. Dropping back.
Got a corner out, missed it.
He's got a lot. How much farther is Sanford going to drop back?
Yeah, you notice, and that's the issue right now. He's dropping back way too far. He's given up everything in this game. In sports is about angles, right? He's the line of the ball. How from you to the receiver, you slap a piece of a line right between each other, and you're going to see what's the shortest distance. Well, it's not going to be short when you're dropping back 10 yards. You're losing all your angles, and you're playing right into the defense, as right there he's going to sack. And you've seen him sacked multiple times because he drops back too far, and he just kills the angles for his tackles. His tackles can't block a quarterback that's dropping back an extra 8 yards right after the snap.
50-yard field goal for the Titans to cut this to a 4-point lead. The kick is up. It is good. 3:12 to go in that one, Bomber. Tennessee cuts it back to 17-13 game. The question is, does Tennessee have the defense to get the ball back?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we get another interception there from Adoree Jackson. Eddie Mars in the chat says Eric G's got the opposite of stick skill. So what do you think the opposite of stick skill would be? What would you call it, Nick?
Button Can't find the button.
You call it no, sir?
Oh, sir.
He got no sir stick. There we go.
I'd like to point out, the night that we did that, Fat goes, yeah, that was weird. I didn't have sound anywhere. It was a one-time thing. And then the next broadcast, he immediately didn't have sound again.
No, he did have sound, but it was like
Oh, it was at
it was like
volume 1.
yeah.
It was like
Oh,
if you're
poor
80 years
Fat.
old and your hearing aid went out. Ooh, nice little pass there from Marcus Mariota. A little fade route, a little corner route to the left side. Picks up a first down there inside the red zone.
A little deep corner versus cover 2 zone, finding that soft spot, breaking right in front of the safety there. Minka Fitzpatrick on the left side. That's just a nice dot
Ball's
for Mariota.
out. Ball's out in Cincinnati, but it is picked up by one of his offensive linemen, Trent. Oh, boy, big hit in the backfield on the toss play. Could have been a major swing in momentum, but the heads-up play by one of those big, beefy boys on the line, able to keep the ball for the Cincinnati Bengals. We've hit the 2-minute warning.
Typical Tennessee Titan play right there. They're in the right position. They make the right play. They just don't finish, and we're seeing that right now. They have problems finishing seasons as well.
Hand off to Ward, left side. Gilbert Ward trying to find the first down. 2nd and 14. Mick Jones, they're going to keep passing. It's caught by Dale. Big hit. Here we go. Minute 52. Tennessee's not using any timeouts yet. 3rd down and 2 for the Bengals. Bomber, you got to think Cincinnati, they might be looking to throw this ball.
Yeah, first down's going to put so much pressure on Tennessee here. I like how Tennessee hasn't used their timeouts, but if I'm Cincy, I'm running this down to $120 right now.
Oh, Gilbert Ward to the house. He has been a lone bright spot for this Chargers team. A shout out to TK with the 5 months. Shout out to my guy TK. 3rd down and 2, right side.
Why burn the timeout?
Uh-huh.
Oh, wow. He's going to pick this if he throws it. Oh, he can't get there.
And it's caught, and it's a first down. That should be ball game.
Why did you burn the timeout? You literally let 20 seconds run off. You might as well just let it get down to $1:18, $1:17. Then you still got 3 timeouts. Game's still, you're still alive here. Right now, you're in big time trouble.
I mean, you don't have enough time. You may get it back with a second on the clock. You're hoping for a hit stick fumble or a strip, but Eric G showing off the clock management skills of Reezy.
It's my division. What can I say? I selected
pick
these
that
guys
thing?
like Motor did, just based on pure analytics outside of the game. I realize Eric's a math major, but struggles at math, and Reezy's he just struggles with numbers as well. And then Bob, I mean, come on, he probably has a 3rd grade math level, and I figured that would really work in my advantage, and it absolutely has.
2nd down and 11. How about a little pop pass to Isabella? Good tackle to the 46-yard line. So if they get the stop here, assuming this play doesn't take 9 seconds, they will get the ball back with maybe a second on the clock, and presumably the ball inside the 10-yard line.
Yeah, 3rd and 8 here. You got a 9-second difference between the runoff. If you can hike the ball and essentially burn off 8 seconds, you could literally be punting the ball off to this guy with no time left on the clock by the time he catches it.
3rd down and 8. A little corner route caught by Tyler for the New York Jets. Shout out to Eddie Mars with the 5 gift subs, paying forward the gift they got from
Eddie Mars?
He gets 5.
He's sending gift subs?
He is.
Hmm.
This punt will have to go off. And again, Bomber, let me talk about knowledge of game situations. Why wouldn't you, with this ball at the 44-yard line, why wouldn't you come out and punt block?
Well, this might be it. That's probably why. By
you're
the
not
time
gonna
the
get a
ball
return.
gets to Patton.
Your best chance is probably to block this punt.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be kicked through the end zone. Oh, they're going to get a couple seconds here. But, yeah, I think you're absolutely right in that situation. That's not really a situation most people
Same with me, Motor.
have been in, right? So they don't think of it that way. I wasn't even thinking of it that way, but I wouldn't have burned that timeout. He burned that timeout for no reason. He had 3 timeouts. He had some strength. There could have easily be 48 seconds, 44 seconds left for him right now with no timeouts, but instead now 3 seconds, and Tennessee has just found a way to once again collapse at the end of the season.
Shout out to Tommy Wide with 100 bits. Well, here we go. Why not? Why not pull out the gun monster, hand the ball off to Le'Veon Bell, see if he can make a play? You cannot, and that's your ball game. Cincinnati Bengals going to come out on top of this one, 17-13. Bomber, I don't want to take away the Bengals winning this game, but to me, watching this entire game, this felt more like the Titans just absolutely giving this one away than perchance the Cincinnati Bengals really taking a hold of the reins and getting a big win.
Yeah, if Cincy would have scored on the drive in which they threw that interception to Adoree Jackson back at the end zone, then I'd probably have a different feeling about this game. I would say, well, that was a good drive. It kind of separated the game. But I think this was Tennessee Titans' game to win, and they just didn't come out and really put enough on the board and put enough pressure defensively and get aggressive offensively enough. We saw one big play down the left sideline to Calvin Vaughn, and that's pretty much been it.
Let's check in. All right, Project Fat Stream is up. Let's see what volume level it is. I got to turn down the Chargers game. Let's see what volume level Fat Sound is at. Here we go.
Oh, can't hear it. You can't hear it.
Oh, no, sir.
This guy, dude. We shouldn't even give him full credit for participation if he can't even get his sound working. You drop that? Oh. Z-Star's been in the chat, balling on Project Fat. I didn't even know Z was playing.
Yeah, I'm not going to put that game up because it's 21-7. Let me check our other one.
24/7 now.
I would have his link, but Porter didn't send it to me like I told him to at 9:30.
Hey, thanks, Jamie, for adding the Commando Gato in the chat. Appreciate it.
What's Porter's link? Anyone?
Let me see if I got it.
T
Cash
Porter, but there's like
PPO. Oh man, RT3R28. Is it underscore 28? No, I got it. He's got sound. Want me to link it to you?
yeah.
There you go.
Thanks, bud.
Steelers have been on a run. Shout out to T. Porter and these Pittsburgh Steelers. They got rid of Juju Smith-Schuster, got off to kind of a slow start. I understand. You got your man, the defensive end for the New York Giants, Lorenzo Carter, balling, but it wasn't resulting in wins. Mariota's going to throw this game away. Wide open guy. He just.
Oh. Boy. Okay, the taunt was probably unnecessary. You're up 14, bud. All right, Nanners, you're up 14, and you just got a gift pick on an inaccurate throw. Let's all settle down on dancing in the end zone, bud. Deep breath. Jeez, oh man, show a little class.
He's classless, man. That's why Motors had to put him in his place this whole cycle. BTF, New England Patriots, tomorrow night. I don't know what time exactly, but stay tuned. At Bomber League, at MBL Network, we'll have the information on the upcoming BTF episode number 3. We saw episode 2. They spanked the little Jets 41-38. Well, just as I predicted, Jets dominating win right now over the Los Angeles Chargers. Now, I got wins over Motor 2 of the last 3, bud. We're trending up over here.
Oh, I'm a little disappointed in the Grid NBL participation.
Been up and down.
Also, Korak to Welsh at the 29-yard line. Timeout taken by Chicago. 14-3 in this one. Let's talk about standings with these teams. The Bears and the Steelers. The Pittsburgh Steelers. After winning the division last year, they're in second place in the AFC North at 8-4. Currently holding the 5 spot as, oh, what a pass interference.
Nice.
Oh, I think that might have been a touchdown. It was actually a really nice throw from Leno.
That's a really nice DPI. I mean, you got 15 seconds left in the half. That's a touchdown, right? Over the top, out of the reach of the defense. You hold to essentially not give up 6 and give your team at least another opportunity here. Bears with only 1 timeout on the 1-yard line, which means they run the ball here. They're out of luck. They have to pass it here. It's very tough to pass the ball at the 1-yard line. Steelers get another chance.
First and goal for the Bears. Bears currently sitting just outside the playoff race. They're at 7-5.
Can't take a sack here.
Win here would tie them with that final spot as Alvin Kamara. He's just going to just stand against his own lineman and look for the Bush push. He finds his way into the end zone. The Bears cut this back to 1-score lead late in the half. That's a big, big touchdown for the Chicago Bears. We're down 14-3 when we tuned in.
Yeah, that's a big turn of events. You're going to go into halftime essentially dominated in the first half by the Steelers, a very high-powered, highly talented defense and offense that can make plays, big plays. You're only down 4 right now, pending anything crazy happening. If I'm a Chicago Bears fan on the road, I'm not feeling too bad about the score.
I would like to point out Gibbs had 2 routes open for a first down. He threw it to the one cover one. That's going to be your ball game. 45-24, 3:32 to go. That one is just about moved, so we'll keep it on the screen here in this Super Show, but once they hit 0, we'll go to the single shot. 14-10, Pittsburgh with the ball, 9 seconds left, 3 timeouts. Do they pass it? Do they go to the Wildcat? Let's see what they do. No surprise here. Frank Sweet's going to try to air this one out. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the left side, 1 to the right side. A shout out to Eddie Mars with 5 more gift subs in the chat. Kill Vega. MJ Icy, Special Keezy, Veristic, and Animal. And by the way, shout out to Gui Caldi with a follow earlier. Shout out to Eddie Mars. 10 gift subs in the chat. First down to 10 for Frank Sweet. I'll hand this off to Atkins, trying to find some room outside, but Khalil Mack is waiting for him and greets him with a loss on the play. We'll head to halftime, 14-10, Pittsburgh lead. By the way, if there's one bright spot for Gibbs, Derwin James' X Factor's active. So that's pretty cool. You talk about the Peyton Manning 2-for-1. Chicago gets the touchdown, 9 seconds left. And they get the ball to start the second half. Great Gatsby in the chat. My guy Nick in the NBL. What's up, baby? Hope you had a safe trip home. Did, man. Appreciate you tuning in. As Hankins will carry this one up near the 25-yard line. That's where Chicago's offense will come back out on the field. And Palmer, the Chicago offense, it's an enigma. It is a team that you expect to do a little more. You got a great running back in Alvin Kamara, but as you guys mentioned on the, I believe it was the last Commissioner Corner, might have been 2 ago, this Bears wide receiving core has never been great. It's been a lot of spreading the ball around in mediocrity.
Yeah, it's definitely up and down. You'll see some bright spots here or there, but it hasn't been what we expected it to be, especially on the defensive side of the ball. Offensively, it's always been up and down with Draco.
Ninis and GG's, by the way. New York's going to take this one, and that's a pick over the middle, looking for Smith, but Bellamy just waiting there, says, give me that. And Pittsburgh says, hey, it was a nice touchdown before the half, but we're not going to let you get 2 in a row. A turnover for the Steelers defense.
Yeah, we saw the same thing. Tennessee Titan linebacker. He doesn't make any play on the ball. Larry Bellamy's sitting there. He makes a play on the ball. You got the Pittsburgh Steelers with a ton of talent on the defensive side of the ball. You can't throw it right to them like that, or they're going to make plays. Oh, here's the shot. Keep it in bounds, Frank.
Looking for Floyd Carman. Swat. Nice click on, nice swat by Draco.
7-17 for Frank Sweet, and they're up 14-10. I got to feel fortunate right now. Chicago Bears defense coming through against this passing attack of Frank Sweet, just unable to stop the run so far.
There's Atkins outside. Ooh, baby. They might have a star in this halfback, Bomber. One of the lesser talked about halfbacks in the NBL.
Bananas in the chat put I'm kneeling, and he spelled it like my name. Bro, I've heard that since like 2nd grade, dude. Get a better joke, Bananas. You classless scum. Tell him, Nick, how he's classless.
Classless scum.
Yeah. Hashtag classless scum in the chat.
Hashtag rotten fruit.
Kneeling. I don't know why that corny little 5-year-old joke makes me laugh, but there's like some tears coming out of my eyes.
Give a big shout out one more time to our sponsor of MBL Live this entire cycle long, Elgato. Elgato makes our lives so much easier, makes our stream look as good as it does. And we want to thank Elgato for being a supporter of the NBL for so long. Check out elgato.com if you're looking to up your streaming game. Nick Mazesco along with Bomber. Bomber, we got a little Building the Franchise coming up tomorrow night. Oh, we got Building the Franchise coming up tomorrow night.
Bro, why are you kneeling? Yeah, tomorrow, Building the Franchise, New England Patriots. They're taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in what the Tampa Bay Bucs owner Jamie has described as loser leaves town match. So,
hey, where are the wheels?
Jamie's quitting tomorrow, I think.
Jeez.
He set the stipulations too, so this has nothing to do with the game. This is him just quitting, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Because if you set that stipulation versus Motor, you're essentially walking away.
See ya.
Yeah, so tomorrow it's going to be Bucks versus the Patriots. I got to check the time here. Let me get a second to jump in the chat.
How many jump balls is Porter going to throw here in the red zone? By the way,
And Doc Brawler's upset at you. Mr. NBA Live, not on live. I don't get it.
well, you played last night at like 1 in the morning, bud.
He thought we'd advance just for him so he could get his game on, which he probably would have played right at advance again, right?
Right. No,
it's not like he can stream, right?
The loser leaves town match with Motor is like when Shawn Michaels wrestled the Undertaker the second year in the row, and it's like if I lose, Undertaker goes, I take your career, and everybody went, well, he's losing, like you're not gonna win, so sorry, bud.
Let's see, tomorrow night, I don't have a time yet.
Okay.
All I know is Jamie said it's the People's Champ, which he claimed himself the People's Champ, versus Motor, the actual champ, and he says loser leaves town match Friday. And
Frank Sweet is 8 for 21 passing. He just threw 4 straight balls into double coverage, and the Steelers are about to take a 7-point lead. Chicago, what are you doing?
Yeah, make a play. You got to finish the play. Get a turnover here. He's thrown it up there enough. You got to come away with something. The click-on game is not strong with this one. Draco's struggling here, down 7. Let's see if the offense can give him a little bit of life here on NBL Live Broadcast 337.
Brawler playing the victim. Take it up with Gibbs, bud. We were looking for backup games for a long time, by the way. Like, we put out that we needed NBL Live. We got 2 NBL Live games, and then we went, nobody has said for backup game. And so then we had to ask again. So let's all settle down about you jumping on to be on NBL Live, okay? We'll take it up with Gibbs. He handles it.
Who said he was jumping on?
Dark Brawler said, we asked to be scheduled for live. I'm sorry. We asked to be...
Dark Brawler
sorry,
is
sorry, hold on. I gotta do my
delusional.
Brawler. Hold on. We asked to be scheduled for live. Then we were denied. That's why we played King of Fun Brawler.
Hey, my mom's up right now. I can't really talk. Oh, big play.
Inside the 40, inside the 35.
Come on.
Breaking one tackle, and he'll get down to the 23-yard line. Ian Leno with another stellar passing 50% performance, but that one was as easy as pie.
Bears going to make a drive here, and that's what Tommy Wild says. Absolutely correct. As the former New York Jet having a big-time game, as the New York Jets did tonight, a dominating victory against the Los Angeles Chargers, keeping their playoff hopes alive. Oh, big hit.
Listen, if you got a problem, take it up with Gibbs. If you didn't DM him and he didn't tell me, I don't know how I'm supposed to schedule it. Up to the 22-yard line, NBL Live broadcast 337. BTF coming up tomorrow night, probably, whenever that time gets set. You can follow us on Twitter at NBL Network at Bomber League. Next NBL Live will be Saturday night. We'll be an NBL Live. Probably both days this weekend we'll have an NBL Live, but Saturday night for sure here on the NBL Network. Second down and 9. Hand off to Alvin Kamara outside, trying to make a little juke move on lane. Also tomorrow night, tune in to BTF. Make sure you also tune in. I'll be over on Friday Night Football, twitch.tv/MuttheadTV. Brad says I need Porter to lose so I can shut the door on his playoff hopes. Time about saying tight end screen would be smooth play here. Tight end screens are bad. I've never seen a
Yeah, I can't get them to work.
They're down to 12.
In the previous, there used to be a play action tight end screen that was I would kind of work a little bit, but it's so slow developing. And
Leno dropping back. Leno stepping up.
oh, I think they hit Draco. Why? Why not just slide? You know, everything looked good. Leno actually looked pretty quick on that run, right? I guess I guess it was one of those things, you know, you're playing poker.
Break a tackle and pick up the first down.
No, he thought he was pot committed at that point. He's like, well, I'm already this far. I'll call. What do you got? Nothing.
I'd also like to point out, Bomber, for that quote-unquote stud defensive line with the big trade with the New York Giants, trying to set up the toughest D-line in the league. I have watched Ian Leno have all day so far.
Yeah.
2nd and 7. Frank Sweet under center. Deontay Atkins in the backfield. Single back ace formation. Gonna run a little stretch
Ooh,
play with
Roquan.
Atkins, and Riri showing off that just top-notch defensive stick that we know him for.
Yeah,
Yeah.
why are you over pursuing? You got a guy that's got enough speed to where if he does try to keep angling towards the sideline, you could be shoulder for shoulder with him as he's running east and west, and you'll be able to get there. He's not going to turn the corner on a Roquan Smith, but yet you're really over pursuing it there. Oh, there's a pick.
Picked off by Jackson, looking for Bucky Hodges. And if there's one thing we know, Porter's going to gift you a couple back, throws it into coverage, and there was a nice click on from Draco. We're going the other way.
Yeah, Eddie Jackson, 39, always has had that ability to ball hawk in the secondary. Right there, you see the safety come away with the big play, and Frank Sweet's probably coming to the sideline and saying, I've been trying to throw him one of those all game. I don't know what took him so long.
1st and 10 for the Pittsburgh Steelers, showing a little cover 2 contain action. A 3-man rush. Waiting, looking, no one there. This time he doesn't take off because he's scared to take the hit, and he takes one in the pocket.
I don't know if that was great pocket presence, but
No.
just watch him
No.
move here. Just watch this before he picks a play. Watch it. Right, up, back,
Circle
down, right,
up.
circle back down.
I think he was looking for the cheat code. Up, down, AB, AB, left, right.
Oh, no, dude, he was 100% bracing for impact like the last 2 seconds of that. He was like, all right, somebody hit me, somebody
If you
hit me,
listen
somebody hit me.
closely, you can hear the sound effect from Leno. He's going, curl route, left
Here's
side,
a-
caught by Hall, 1st down.
His internal clock had those Chernobyl sound alarms going off inside. They're saying, yeah, dude, it's coming. Come on.
Uh, 1st and 10 for Ian Leno. Nearing the end of the 3rd quarter. Let's see if they get a playoff coverage here. Hero shown by Porter. And they're not going to snap the ball. Put your fours up in the chat. We got more 4th quarter action. It's a 1-score game. May stay the score. Cover 0 hero. Does Draco recognize it? Goes over user and Bellamy. Leno, screamer off the edge, not even a little bit. And I don't know what route he was looking at, but over the middle it was a slant route that was naked. All sorts of touchdown written all over it. And Drago's like, nah, man, I'm waiting for that double move on the outside.
He doesn't even go into a throwing motion, so he wasn't looking at that slant. Draco and Ian Leno need to have a little bit of a talk on the sideline about getting the ball out a little bit quicker and taking some pressure off this paranoid pocket presence of Leno, because right now it seems like he's just not making the right decisions.
Porter put up a sign that says, yo, it's about to be a cover 0 hero. And Ian Leno went, okay, so you're going to sack me. Is that what you're telling me? Okay, got it.
They'll brace for impact.
Yeah. It's TJ. 3rd and 13. Does Chicago need to get 7 here?
Yeah, absolutely. I think they'll be all right with 3 too, but I would like to see them go away with 7, but you can't come away with 0, right? If you get 3 here, 17-13, the way Frank Sweet has been throwing the ball into coverage, a little overly aggressive, I think that you could be all right, and your defense could come away with another big play, and you might have the ball at the end to kind of steal this game.
Odds this is cross drag. It absolutely is. The drag was open. It's a 1 read. Like, what are you waiting for exactly? Were you waiting for the dig route, really?
Porter does like no adjustments on defense either, and he
Send
gets great pressure. Oh my gosh! Somebody on the field said, I don't know why,
I don't know why this team
even
showed up. I'm like, they didn't.
You think that they did, bro? They haven't done anything to show that they're here. Wow, Draco, come on, baby.
You must be getting tired.
2nd and 6. Who will he throw to in double coverage this time? Yeah, on the run and accurate. Who's being chased? 8 of 23, and you're losing.
Or even better, 8 of 23, and you're somehow winning. I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, but the Steelers are going to take it however they can get it right now, because Pittsburgh's in a situation where playoffs are on the line here, sitting at 8-4. They're currently sitting in that 5 spot.
3rd and 6. Pistol formation for old Frank Sweet. Mr. Accurate. 2 routes. Play action.
Wide open, too.
Not so sweet.
Bomber special there. Is
What
Motor
defense
watching?
did he run? What defense was that? Did he run a cover 0?
I don't know. That was a dangerous defense versus that play action option pass because that post pops real quick in front of the defender. Just luckily for them, they were able to get some type of pressure, extended pressure there from Khalil Mack.
Under assist, Juju would have caught that. 10 out of 10. All right, Bomber. Guap drive for Draco. Can we
Hey,
get
so
some 2-minute
Draco-
drill music?
Draco's turned the ball over in field goal range the last 2 times, or just the last one he missed a field goal?
Missed the field goal and the pick. He threw it right to the middle linebacker. I was just chilling. Where's that outside?
It's a run.
It is a run.
Big hit.
3 yards for Kamara. 9 for 31. A back as talented as Alvin Kamara should be averaging more than just about 3 yards a carry.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've been saying that, though, this whole cycle. So maybe he's just not as talented as we believe because Alvin Kamara
Here
has
comes
not really
mid-blitz.
showed up.
Does Draco recognize mid-blitz?
This is a sack. Pick. How many watts has this guy got on his team?
This game hurts my soul.
All those routes were going right into each other, too. No spacing. 5-10 yards down the field for the Chicago Bears route tree.
My soul is sad right now. What was that play call? Again, Porter's not doing anything. Like, he's not, like, disguising blitzes. He's going, I'm coming after you. And Draco's going, well, I got no answer for that, so I'll just bend over! Like, come on! There's nothing that frustrates me more than watching somebody show mid-blitz and you not recognize that it mid-blitz.
Well, the pressure really didn't get there either. He threw that for no reason.
At the user! The user was underneath it. And he went, bet you can't pick this one.
He had a fumble here, man. I think the Bears need one more chance.
Another offensive drive for the Bears. That's what we need. Nice
dive.
under pursuit.
Nice dive. Someone clipped the dive at the end. Draco just had his guy lay out for he just lost all his sense of pride on that last drive. On that last dive. He just dove literally for no reason.
For 10 now. Hey, Bomber.
He
Does he and
danced
Leno
on-
have 2 touchdowns?
Serve says Porter danced on him too, did he? What's going on?
Yeah, you should be really proud of that. 9 for 24 passing performance.
Then Porter will tell the story to his grandkids 20 years from now about this NBL Live broadcast 337 where he just aired it out versus Draco.
Frank Sweet was looking so good. He was making all the right reads, no throws, jump balls into double coverage. It was just like, bam, first down, bam, first down.
We need the blind cert video. Yeah, we do. That's Frank Sweet coming into his office today. Serp, get us a new blind Serp.
First and 10 for Leno. Oh, he made the right read. I mean, it took an hour and a half for the drag route to get open, but hey. Gets out of bounds at the 41-yard line. Look at that, 9 of 17. He's thrown 3 passes to the other team.
The winnable game for Chicago. They're going to look back on this game and feel like, man, our opportunity to win the division really came down to these games where we just didn't do anything positive.
Oh, there's nothing positive taking this I like that Carter has his X factor and Porter's
He's
got
dropping
him
in the
on his own.
coverage. Yeah.
10 out of 10,
He's a fear monger, and Porter's got him dropping into purple.
He's gonna scare the hell out of them.
Oh, now he's listening to the broadcast, trying to switch, but he did it. Porter thinks fear monger translates into coverage.
No, it's like when you're chasing down the guy who has a breakaway layup, and you go like he's gonna miss and be like, oh jeez. That's what he thinks.
No, it's like your guy has chase down block and you stop, and he has a chase down badge and you just stop running. Well, zig route there.
What do you think Draco's going to tell Ian Leno after this match? DB, I hope he tells him nothing because it has nothing to do with Ian Leno.
No, what would DB tell him? Hey, it looks like you kind of
Ian,
regret.
you're really just not fitting the culture in the locker room.
And he'd go, I know, I agree with you.
Yeah, he'd be the first one to go, you right, I'm out.
You look like you've lost a step. I know. I think you're right. I have.
Probably true. Don't even try to do this cutting all the time.
Left side.
Was open.
There it goes.
Left side, that's open. Snake with the cut. Does he I wonder if Draco snaps the ball and just covers his eyes for the first 4 seconds.
No, he's opening his eyes. He's wiping the sleepers out. If he gets a score here under the minute, but it doesn't look like there's any pace to this drive. It's real just driving Miss Daisy here. There he goes out of bounds. $1:22 left. You score before a minute, man, you never know. Yeah, there might be one you can.
You're gonna hit you real hard.
Are you doing the shoulder and the forearm thing?
TP's like, I got as good a hit stick as Banana. Leno, 1st and 10, angle route. Alvin
Don't
Kamara
use a
is-
timeout. Do not use your timeout.
Get to the line, though. No,
Don't Eric
take
G
your
it.
time. Hey, take your time. Yeah, you picked that play.
Ready? General West. Hey, Echo.
It's a man coverage. On an out route. So just put somebody on the out route. Just put somebody on the out route.
Well, now he's going to burn his timeout. Watch. No, actually, I've played Drock in these situations. He won't burn his timeout, and then there'll be 14 seconds by the time he scores with 3 timeouts.
baby. I can get the stop. 35 seconds and counting.
Just take the shot. Tight end, right there. Thank you. Oh, Traquan Smith.
Traquan.
30 seconds left.
Ooh,
Look.
baby. That's some easy time management. Hey, remember when Draco missed
Hey,
that-
Porter will pass it, dude. If you go, you got to go onside here, Draco. Do not go regular return. You got to go onside.
Oh, he's gonna let him just take.
Oh
it.
my gosh. You got to go regular. You got to go onside. Give yourself at least 2 chances here. If he picks up a first down, it's over anyway. So what does it matter?
I like that he didn't even have enough kick to get to the back of the end zone, so look at that clock wind down a couple extra seconds.
Draco's thinking right now, well, if I stop him 3 times and he punts, it'll be a better field position. You need a touchdown either way. If you got an onside and got it back, you'd have 29 seconds with 3 timeouts, 26 seconds with 3 timeouts. Why would you take that opportunity away?
Where do you call your plays from? Do you call it from formations, or do you call it from concepts?
Formations.
Okay, just checking.
Why? Who calls it from concepts?
Porter just did. He's in his run book.
Ready, ready.
In fact, it's a run play. Oh, he's running the jet sweep.
Oh, he's gonna pass it here. He's gonna get picked. Watch it. Oh no, he's running it.
That's what she was saying.
See if we get a fumble here. See if he bounces it outside to the left.
Didn't
That's what
go
I'd
kick deep once before fumble. He did.
been for no reason. Okay. Timeout.
That was a sweet spin move.
So that burned 4 seconds. He's got 2 more. That'll burn 8. So best case scenario, he gets the ball back with 12 seconds and no time.
Oh, it wasn't even concepts. It was play time.
Yeah, I do play tight sometimes on runs if I'm looking for runs I haven't ran.
This is some Bill O'Brien game management. Before we get out of here, because once this game is over, I'm going to want to get the taste out of my mouth, so I'm going to brush my teeth. BTF coming up tomorrow night. Check Twitter for the times. Friday Night Football as well. Twitch.tv/MudheadTV. And then NBL Live will be coming up Saturday night. That should be week 16, actually. We should be good. And we got playoffs on next week.
Yeah, it'll be close.
They're down at 4. Having a fullback dive. Why not? That's right. Look for the
Handing it
scrimmage.
up to your fullback when you know they're in aggressive tackling. They're trying to strip the ball out. Just seems a little too risky for me.
Does Jocko get the punt return that Brad got against Banana? Ravens beat the Lions 31-7. Here we go. How that not using any timeouts on that drive and not getting an onside kick work? 4 seconds, 3 seconds. He'll get better field position. Well, he's on the 29 and needs to go. Well, that would be what, 71 yards in one play.
So he netted 9. He netted 9 yards because if he would have kicked the onside, stopped them, they would have just kicked it probably through the end zone, right? Would have been at the 20. He netted 9 yards and lost an opportunity to get lucky. I hope you're listening, Draco.
Nah. I'd say hope you're listening, Porter, but I already timed him out.
Ready, break.
Yeah, why did you time him out? What was he saying?
Talking during the game. It's a no-no. It's my one rule. The only reason I let Bananas get away with it was because it was
Uh-oh.
What did Porter do with his corner over there? Did you see that? He just barreled into him. Porter called timeout to end the game. I hope it freezes. I hope it glitches and he has to get a sim. We're getting out of here. This Bomber, just bad. Just bad.
He called timeout.
He called timeout at the end of the game. I don't know what he's doing.
He's the greatest.
We're going to get out of here. For Bomber, I'm Nick. Thanks so much for tuning in. Check out BTF tomorrow night, and we will see you later.